A new quarterback for Michigan State getting to start. Rocky Lombardi. Lombardi with time into the end zone. Touchdown, Stewart! Rocky Lombardi with his first career touchdown pass.
That Purdue game freshman year was a great experience for me and for Michigan State.
This guy thrust into this spot. Boys, he come up big for this football team today.
It was a big turning point for me. I'd always thought that I was going to play Division I football, and I had the confidence that I could play at this level, but to actually go out there and do it was a little bit different, especially when nobody really gave you a chance.
I've never seen unbridled joy on a kid's face like that. It was a great parent moment to watch him do what I knew he loved to do, and you ask yourself, why would this team embrace him like that in his first start? What do they know about him? And what makes him special?
My son is Rocky Lombardi, and he is the oldest of 5 siblings.
As the oldest of 5, leadership traits were almost a necessity. It's the first thing I learned is how to treat other people and how to motivate other people.
We always kind of laughed because as both of us were teachers, I always said, with a name like Rocky Lombardi, he's going to be front and center in every teacher's roster.
I explained to him early on, you're named after Rocky Bleier.
Rocky Bleier, who was a running back for the Steelers in the 70s, war veteran. Overall, in my dad's head, is the ultimate tough guy. You know, Rocky Bleier was somebody who didn't back down from a challenge.
I'm a coach. My dad was a coach. So I grew up in a coaching family. I knew early on that he wanted to play quarterback. First, in my head, I was able to evaluate whether or not he physically was going to have the tools. But then along the way, you have to decide, has this kid got what it takes mentally to be able to play in the Big Ten, to be able to play in the NFL?
I started wrestling when I was 6 or 7. My dad threw me in there, and I wrestled pretty much my whole life. Wrestling teaches you mental toughness and physical toughness, but something for me that it taught me especially was confidence.
He's a tough kid. I mean, a wrestler, if you watch any of his wrestling videos, he's probably not going to back down.
My senior year, I finished 2nd in the state, and I think I still ended up being ranked top 10 nationally.
Every quarterback in America is the point guard on the basketball team. None of them are wrestling. So this gives this kid a chance to be different from anybody in the country. This kid is a nationally ranked, recruitable Division I wrestler. I tell Rocky every day, you just got to believe in Rocky Lombardi. And he does do that.
Both of my boys were born in Ann Arbor, Michigan. There is a little irony in that they were born at the University of Michigan Hospital, but but it makes for a good story.
Gonna play with toughness all day. Dominate or be dominated. You choose. You choose right now. Here we go. Toughness on 1. Ready, 1. Toughness.
When you go to Michigan State, you're going to have the opportunity to play Michigan at the Big House. And to watch him manage that game.
Lombardi down the sideline. Caught, touchdown, Spartan.
The ability to be able to connect with his teammates.
And it's cut route. Lombardi put it on.
Be able to attack vertically.
Wow. And that one's caught inside the 5.
Early on in his career, that was criticism, was Rocky couldn't throw a deep ball. So he's worked his butt off on that in the last couple of years, and I think this season he's really consistently thrown the deep ball very well.
Michigan State comes into Ann Arbor and upsets 13th ranked Michigan.
Rocky likes being a tough guy, and so does Coach Tucker. For them to be able to go out and bring him his first win at Michigan State against the Wolverines in the Big House, that's the thrill for Rocky, bringing joy to others.
I want Paul here. Bring him home. Let's go.
My dad is a football coach. He's been a football coach for too many years to count. My mom's been coaching volleyball since she was out of college. They both taught me different things. You know, my dad was more of toughness, competitiveness, and give 100% effort in everything that you do. And my mom taught me more of emotional intelligence, you know, how to control your emotions, how to handle yourself, how to handle a win, how to handle a loss.
Lombardi, the rush coming from the backside. He's still able to launch one down the sideline and throws an interception to Jack Kernan.
Rocky just had a rough weekend at the University of Iowa.
Lombardi looks one in the floor, it's intercepted.
You have to have that short-term memory of both your successes and your failures. If you focus on your failures, it's hard to produce the way you're supposed to produce.
Flying back on the plane, it's like Saturday at 7 o'clock. Just pull out my iPad and just start looking at Indiana film. We got to move on to next week.
He didn't come home from the Iowa game and say, oh my gosh, you know, the sky is falling. He went in there, turned on the film, and figured out, how am I going to get better this week? That tells me he's got a chance to be successful.